Question. A lot of consistency here for this football team, looking to right the ship on a wrong last year that they felt let one get away. And if you're an Elk, that's a football team with a whole lot of questions to answer this offseason. Talking to Rick Lawlisher for the football game, he and Tommy Richards, president of that board over there. They've got a long offseason in front of them, I believe.
There's a few meetings coming up, I think, in Edmonton over the next couple of weeks. Dean Faithful will get us started here in Winnipeg, and we are underway as he drops this in. Bounces at the 15. Janarian Grant scoops it up, and Janarian Grant will bring it back up to about the 30 before he is stopped in his tracks by Edmonton's special teams unit. There's a look at Zach Collaros putting together another outstanding campaign.
Yeah, he is. 32 touchdowns and 15 picks. I like that, how that balances out. He's been special once again. I think he's 30-3 or something like that at home. Quarterback in this football team. That's just ridiculous.
The team is 30-3 over their last 4 seasons at home. It's
just
pretty
brilliant.
remarkable.
Brilliant, setting the bar high. Zach Collaros.
They start here on their own 30, and they'll give it to who else? Brady Oliveira. And Brady Oliveira does what he's been doing all year, takes it for a first down on the first play of the game for the Bombers.
You guys just watch the guys up front, and they're just going to move them out. And then a little chop block by Rasheed Bailey, who's accepted that role brilliantly, opens up a big lane for Brady O off the hop.
13 yards for Brady Oliveira as he creeps up towards 1,500 yards on the ground this season, almost at 500 through the air as well. Has it again. Another solid push ahead for this Winnipeg starting offense.
Yeah, start right up front with Patrick Neufeld, coming off a bye week, coming up a week he didn't play. We'll have more on that with John Loon in a little bit, but Pat Neufeld, boy, he's settled in nicely here in the Winnipeg Blue Bomber uniform. Kenny Lawler looking to have a big night as Dalton Schoen sits out. Brady O, he's already off to a great night. Worth the price of admission. Those three we just highlighted there. Patty, Kenny, and of course Brady.
No Dalton Schoen. We'll have more on that in a little bit as we work our way through the first quarter. But Dembski, Bailey, Lawler, Wolotarski, O'Leary Orange also here. They go back on the ground. This will be stopped just shy of a first down as they mix things up a little bit and get Greg McCrae involved in the offense. Maybe some more opportunity for McCrae was shown out.
No question. You know, everybody's going, who's going to pick up the slack? Well, I think the 4 you mentioned, plus Greg McCrae. I mean, he's been on the shelf for a while now, and like 8 games, and happily doing it as well. Accepting that role, knowing that when his time is up and his numbers called, he'll step out there and get an opportunity. Tonight is that.
3rd and 1 right near midfield. Niles Morgan tried to come busting through, and pretty much every flag available on the field was thrown at that time.
Yeah, he's cheating. And he didn't.
Full head of steam.
Looks like he didn't care. It was like, well, I'm come this far, I might as well finish the deal. And he certainly did. Niles Morgan, 97 tackles coming in tonight's football game. Kid from Notre Dame, 3rd-year player.
5-yard penalty.
Had his timing off a little bit.
And a first down.
Well, 97 tackles, like you mentioned, and he's missed a few games. He's played 14 games this year and has 97 tackles and has no disregard for the snap.
Well, yeah, Colin Kowski, he's like, hello, that's a helmet-to-helmet shot. Doesn't feel good. That's got to be taken into consideration as well.
Fresh set from the 53. Collaros out into the flat for Janarian Grant, and Grant takes it down to the 45 against his Edmonton starting defense.
Yeah. Look at the bookends here. Serezna and A.C. Leonard, why not? Both come in with 12 sacks in the season, both career highs. And off the edge, Luchez Purifoy. He sets the tone defensively for this football team. He's just an animal. He moves from free safety to strong side linebacker. Ned Gainey, veteran back there in that back end, trying to duplicate. Going to have a hard time doing it. 2017 when he had 10 interceptions.
That's a good season.
That's a good season.
Jake Serezna has 22 sacks over his last 2 years. He had 10 last year. He's got 12 this year. And he's in on the tackle again of Brady Oliveira, which ends up being a first down for Winnipeg.
Yeah, I think Jonesy will take 12 of those Jake Seresnas because he's just a complete football player. The way he handles himself, the way he gets himself from week to week, gets him ready. Jake Seresna brings it, and at a high level. No matter the record of the team, he's just been special. And I love his attitude. And first one, says we never pointed fingers, man. We just stuck together and believed.
Collaros in the pocket. Now down the field, drops it in there. No. Flag on the play, was trying to find Dembski. Would have been 1,000 yards. Darius Bratton is there. Breaks it up, but draws the penalty.
Yeah. Dembski just running the corner, and I think he's expecting the ball to get here. I'm not sure if he worked back through the defender.
Pass interference.
But the flag was thrown, didn't even have to. Just basically kind of held up and got run over. Dembski on the right-hand side running it, coming across the screen, right over the top. That ball's off the mark, so Dempsey's got to make a play on it. Wasn't allowed to because Bratton was there in his way.
Darius Bratton, first-year Elk, wrapping up his rookie season here out of Virginia. Prukop into the game from the Edmonton 2. Winnipeg marching this ball well. Now a penalty-aided drive. Prukop. Oh, Brady Oliveira locks it in. Touchdown, Winnipeg. 8th rushing touchdown of the season for Brady Oliveira.
Brady ball early here. Just a little cross motion, freezes the defense a little bit, and Brady just kind of picks a hold and go through, pick one. 20's got no problem doing that this season. He does, and waltzes into the end zone. Winnipeg made that look pretty easy. Of course, a little help from Bratton on the PI down to the 1, and it's a walk-in from there. Chris Jones trying to get things settled with our head official down there.
A rare smile from Chris Jones in that conversation.
You never know. You never know what could happen, so enjoy them all.
Okay, so this is interesting. What we're being told is that Chris Jones wanted to challenge the last play, thought he challenged before that ball was snapped, and now they're checking at the command center to see if indeed he did get that challenge out there before that snap, and that would back us up a little bit here.
That would back us up a lot.
Yeah. Let's take a peek at this.
Yeah. On the right side of your screen, there's the flag being thrown. The red flag. It's a pretty good throw.
That's a great throw.
I got to think that's probably about a good 30 yards. Jones even working on his arm.
Edmonton wanted to challenge the defensive pass interference, but the challenge flag was thrown after the ball was snapped. Therefore, there is no challenge, and Edmonton still retain his challenge.
Just hesitated a little too much on the decision, I guess.
Yeah, and it waits to week 20, and I've been doing this a while, and I've never seen that. I know coaches get flags in there, run down, call timeouts, and I've never seen that actual angle of a coach challenging the play, didn't get the flag, and they see the flag coming in after the ball's been snapped. Good explanation there from Andre Prue.
Easily confirmed on the video we had there. And Winnipeg has started this game much better than the last time these two teams met, in which Edmonton had a 22-0 lead. Brady Oliveira caps off an 8-play, 80-yard drive that took just over 4 minutes with his 8th rushing in Winnipeg, where I don't know if you can really drop a more efficient drive to start a football game.
Yeah, I don't think Winnipeg developed any new plays over the bye week. It looks like they just more of the same. Let's just continue to pound and follow the big boys up front to the end zone with a little help from our friends in the back end for the Edmonton Elks, drawing a defensive pass interference and a walk-in touchdown. Stanley Bryant showing Brady Oliveira a lot of love, as they should. A lot of love for each other. This football team's been together for a while. They do it consistently, better than most, and that was a perfect example of it.
25 carries, or 25 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown for Brady on that initial drive of the game. Alexander on the return, trying to find some space on the outside, but that does not work. He's forced out of bounds on their first touch of the ball game. We will get a look at Trey Ford really helping Edmonton find their stride in the second half of the season. Can he finish strong today against the Bombers? 12 of 16, 189 yards. This was that game Edmonton had that 22-0 lead. Zach got hurt. Drew Brown came in, finished very strong. But
yeah, and hey, credit this kid for getting his team off to a great start. Yeah, he's gone 4-5 this year as a starter, giving this football team hope. Raised a lot of questions about what took so long to get him on the field. Well, there's a lot of things that went into that, but they found him, and he'll be here a while, I believe.
They're going to move him to the right. Now he hesitates in trouble. Ball pops up. Big Hill's got it.
Oh,
and
no.
a Big Hill down to the 10-5. Touchdown, Biggie, as he takes it home for the Bombers. A disastrous start for Ford and the Elks. Here's another look at it. Just bounces up into Big Hill's hands. Jefferson provides a little bit of cover, and he's gone.
Yeah, we just look back at a 22-0 lead Edmonton put on the Bombers back in the summer, and before you can bat an eye here, the first 6 minutes, it's 14-0 Winnipeg, flipping the script. I had a Big Hill, you know, he's around the football, he's gonna make things happen. And when you are, good things come your way, and he's gifted on this one.
Right place, right time. Back to the tablet for Trey Ford.
Yeah, just watch Adam right here. He's in a pressure late. Boom. Just go in there, make sure that quarterback's not going anywhere. Flush him back inside. He gets popped. There it is. A little help from your friends. Manny trying to get back. Oh, there's Willie Jefferson. Good luck getting around that guy. It's a walk-in touchdown for Biggie. That is just a lot of fun to watch.
Jeffcoat knocks
Jackson
it out.
Jeffcoat, 6th-year player from the University of Texas, getting it done. Those are 3 big names there. Jeffcoat to Big Hill, escorted by Jefferson for a 14-0 lead. Good stuff.
Well, we were wondering how long we will see a guy like Zach Collaros and some of the other big guns, Brady Oliveira, in this game for Winnipeg, and get off to a comfortable start like this. We may not see them for very long. Alexander at the 20. Tripped up, stayed on his feet, took it back to about the 35. And Trey Ford bounces back out here with Edmonton's starting offense.
Yeah, Dusty, this young man's been phenomenal to watch. Just sparked, much like Nathan Roy did last year. First 10 games was phenomenal. Certainly Trey Ford brings that. Mark Corte, veteran guy in the middle, a local kid from Alberta. Manny Arsenault just needed another catch to extend his streak, and we'll talk about that. And KB, he's excited, man. Everybody knows I love me some KB. Kevin Brown,
his home run hitter, gets the ball here, 1,100 yards on the season, and he goes to work against Winnipeg's starting defense today.
Yeah, Jackson Jeffcoat already getting in the mix. His team won today. Texas beat University of Houston 31-24. Classic. That a Crosby. His head coach, Michael O'Shea, can't say enough about this kid. Strong side linebacker, plays a lot of positions for the Bombers. And then that guy sets the tone on the back end. Brandon Alexander, often talked about as one of the most fierce hitters in the Canadian Football League.
2nd and 6, Ford. Nowhere to go, gobbled up immediately by Cameron Lawson, the 2nd-year Bomber.
Yeah, Lawson just I don't know. Is that a quarterback sack, or did he actually move the chains? Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's a heck of penetration there by the big man. He's getting double teamed, then he gets off of it, and throws Corte aside, and swallows quarterback. That's huge. Lawson just getting it done early. That's a sack. That's 5 on the year.
That is a sack.
That's
5th
awesome.
sack of the season for Lawson.
Well, an inauspicious start for the Elks here, that's for sure.
Not what you were hoping to see in your final game of the season as far as starts go. Grant takes this just outside the 30. Grant looking to find some space just shy of the 45 with the return on the far side of the field. And the Bombers are bringing it on both sides of the ball. Lawson, a walking boot.
That doesn't look good. Played the game, most every football player's been one of those, and that's not a good sign. Yeah, but well, what a special player he is. I'm just odd that the fact that he goes down. Oh, we'll bring in McCray. He's been on the injured list for the last 8 weeks. Let's bring him in and see what he can do. He's explosive too. It's incredible.
26 touchdowns in the 2 seasons for Schoen. Back to Dembski here again, and this might end up being Prukop territory.
Yes, looks like Noah Curtis brought him down there. Kenny Lawler working away from the ball. You know, you watch receivers. Yeah, it's easy to watch them when the ball comes your way, but you got to block for your teammates. That's the way to get it done. 89. Maybe that spat goes back to last year, baby. Take some of that.
Some of those former teammates. This kick was 3rd and 2, so that he's opted to boot this away. Bounces back up towards the 25. Grabbed there by Cobb and forced out of bounds. Edmonton trying to get on track against the former Elk, Kenny Lawler, and his Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
That Jets loss.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did we? 1st and 10 for Edmonton. They start this time on their own 28. Brown directly in behind Ford. Ford keeps it on the run. Wide open. Look at this. Manny Arsenault. He'll take it inside the 50, down to the 40, still going. Little bit of a stiff arm will get him to the 15. Arsenault finally. 3 Bombers are there to bring him down. He's got catches in 146 straight, and that's his longest one of the season.
A really nice game plan. The double tights, extra people in there. Manny's on the right side of the screen, goes up there, sits down. Ford finds him, then it's off to the races. Now he's thinking, I haven't run this long in a long time. I haven't gone this time. This is amazing. He's like grabbing hammies, parts are falling off. When he got down to the 5-yard line, it's a heck of a play.
Did you say parts are falling?
Yeah, that's a veteran. A receiver's done it all up here in the CFL. That's an incredible play.
77 yards for Arsenault. Now Ford, flush into the pocket, has a little bit of room to run. Finds the 5, will not get to the end zone. Nichols is over there, and Cramsey tracked him down as well, and they stop him short.
Yeah, I think he wanted to finish it with Arsenault because he's lined up to his left. He's running a quick out, and Trey just can't seize him because he gets flushed a little early because of pressure up front. Now it's just get what you can. And I think they're trying to get it to 84 there to cap off that Arsenault drive. Kid from Alexander's got him knocking on the door, though. Alexandria, Louisiana, Manny Arsenault. Manny shows live.
Cornelius into the game. Since Ford took over, Cornelius has been handling short yardage duties relatively effectively and looks to finish off this drive here. 2nd and goal from the Winnipeg 2. Cornelius looking ahead. Not going to happen. Big Hill says no. Hammers him back. Brings up 3rd down.
I mean, I didn't even watch film, and I knew he was going to the left. You know, can you imagine Big Hill just chomping at the bit? Watch this. Biggie's just right here, and he's going to come right downhill and say, not today. Whack. Whoa. That's called getting erased.
I don't know how often you'll see a short yardage tackle that ends up on a highlight reel.
That's incredible.
Just did it there. Look at it
from that angle. shows you the speed and the power.
Try it again from the Winnipeg 1 to the left again, and this time they're in. Touchdown, Edmonton. Cornelius' 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, tip of the cap to Taylor Cornelius for accepting his role, short yardage after the demotion. About halfway through the season, and he's really done a nice job with this and following the big boys to his left side again and challenging Biggie to come get me. Better penetration by the left side for Foucault, St. John, Ivy. A little more push from them and enabled the big, tall, 6'5" Oklahoma State product to get in the end zone.
Dean Faithful out to knock one more through, make it a 7-point ball game with 3.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Pretty exciting start to this game. Lots to discuss in the first 12 minutes.
Why not? You know, and great opportunity on that drive for us to highlight Manny Arsenault. Manny Arsenault has been just phenomenal over the course of his career. Talk about morphing. This guy's been able to morph into wherever he's been. 146 games in a row now with the catch, and what a big one this was to set up the Elks, get him right back in this football game.
Just one game in his career without a catch, and this one that went for 77 as part of an 82-yard drive has to be one of the longer ones in his career.
Coming off the tight end spot, nobody on him. He runs up, double tights flattened out that defense, and they didn't account for 84, and certainly didn't account for him going down to the 5-yard line. That was like, what you got, Manny? Yeah, that's Nichols chasing him, and he's spry, he's young, he gets peeled off. Then you got Winston Rose, another old man trying to chase him. That's awesome. And then here, second time's a charm for Taylor Cornelius, found the big boys on the left side, getting right back into this football game.
An important drive for Edmonton after being shell-shocked for 14 in the early going. Faithful drops this in. That will roll all the way down and out of bounds as Jadarian Grant watches it.
Illegal
Greg McCray there as
out
well.
Of bounds. Edmonton number 18.
Greg McCray telling his
Winnipeg
teammate not to touch it because he knew it was going out of bounds. That's a big time mistake by the Elks off the hop there. Faithful trying to do his position kicks off the kickoff, which they like to do, because he only averages a little over 57 yards at kickoff.
Trying to place him in certain areas.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. And and everybody knows where they got to run to, as opposed to just pounding it.
How much more of this guy do you think we see tonight?
I think he finishes this quarter, and then we'll see Drew Brown.
Right, eh?
Yeah, just I don't have any inside information.
Brady Oliveira on the handoff, and it seemed like picked up about 3 or 4 extra yards at the push of the line.
Yeah, but you know, just like in Toronto, for instance, when you talk about Chad Kelly.
Yep.
The guy's still young, wet behind the ears, and he's figuring it out. He's figured it out extremely well, in front of our eyes this season, being the guy justifiably the front runner in the East for MOP. He needs some snaps. He needs to continue to play the game to see things. Zach Caleros, on the other hand, he's seen it all.
He's seen everything.
Yeah, it's like he can go to sleep for the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and wake up and go out there and play high-end football.
His numbers this year, they rival the numbers that he had last year, which got him his second of the back-to-back MOPs. That one is up, in and out of the hands of Wolodarski, his first target of the ball game.
Yeah, those hands usually don't fail him. 82's got incredible hands. He was probably thinking about a couple of Elks coming across the middle, fixing to lay some hat on him right here.
Purefoy.
It's AC Leonard. It's Purefoy. It's like, yeah, my thoughts would be elsewhere.
That's paying the price, right?
Yeah, that's paying the price. But they always say you're going to pay the price, so you might as well catch it.
Cobb. I believe Kyron Moore back to receive this kick. CJ Sims, who received and returned kicks for a good chunk of the season, was released this week by Edmonton. Cobb on the return, takes it back outside the 25. Trey Ford has one completion in this ball game. He's 1 for 1 for 77 yards. That was the big one to Arsenault. But really a chance for him to settle in here now into this game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I mean, if you're watching that kickoff and that return there, you saw Red Cranby on the tackle. So yeah, Red, don't come off the field. You got to cover. You got to play defense now. That's the way it is in the CFL. Trey Ford trying to wear him out.
They'll start on their own 26, down 7. Thank you very much for joining us here. Week 20 action on TSN. Hand off to Brown. He's got some room. Brown turns it upfield at the 40, trying to escape through a hole, and he'll eventually be tracked down and yanked down out of bounds. Flags coming on the tackle. Brandon Alexander on the tackle, not happy with the call. He kind of rode him out of bounds, right?
Unnecessary roughness or scholar tackle. Winnipeg number 37. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play and a first down.
Yeah, I really think that, this is beneficiary of just good play. I think it's Corte, center. He's right here. He's going to come out here and kick out, and then Brown's going to use that block. Watch him. Here he comes. Bang, get out of my way. Big hole right there. Kyrie gets ridden out. And that's another unselfish veteran making that happen. Eugene Lewis blocking downfield for his young quarterback.
Ford wants to throw. He will. One-on-one coverage. Little bit of a stumble. And it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know. Is this offensive or defensive?
I think it's offensive PI.
I don't know, man, because I think Rose interfered with him early, and then he had to, and then Lewis had to interfere with him late.
Offensive pass interference. Edmonton number 87. 10-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Yeah, one against Edmonton.
Little stumble, and then the shirt tuck.
Oh, yeah. How do you miss that, Matty?
Not going to sneak that one in. Hello.
It's like, come on, man. What game are you watching? It's too easy.
That'll back him up 10. That was Lewis and Rose one-on-one, and Ford was just going to heave it up. Not a bad idea with Gino Lewis lurking over there. They'll line up one-on-one again at the top of your screen. Ford now, draw to Brown. Brown trying to find room, not going to get much. And it'll be a second and long situation for Edmonton. Not yet in Dean Faithful field goal range.
Yeah, Trey Ford doing everything he can on that play to try to sell. He's throwing the hit screen, get it spread out, make it easy on the offensive lineman to get up to second level, and then hand it off to KB. Nothing doing. Winnipeg had snuffed it out. He's not fooled at all.
Need 17 more. 4 options to the wide side right for Ford. That's where he looks. Running out of time. Wilson chasing him. Ford finding some space, and now he's going to turn it upfield just inside the 40. Nichols is there to stop him before he can pull off a spectacular run for a first down. He's denied along the way.
Yeah, this is, you think you know until you don't. And that's Kyrie Wilson off the edge. Oh, man. We didn't get that look in practice. We didn't have a fast enough guy in practice to give you that look. That's incredible. Now you see him, now you don't. Crandy can't get him. 3 more Bombers can't get him. And finally, in the back end, he gets popped right in the thigh pad. Dietrich Nichols.
What he did do was he got them within range of a 43-yard field goal attempt just inside the left hash. From Dean Faithful, 78.6% on the year is Faithful. And that one, ooh, boy, he snuck it in there. About as close as it can get, but he manages to knock it home, and we've got a 4-point game.
How about 24 points in that first quarter?
Hey, if you're on the over, you love the first quarter tonight. Exciting game between Edmonton and Winnipeg shaping up. Bombers to a 14-0 lead. The Elks have clawed their way back and trail 14-10. Bombers leading the Elks, and a lot of entertainment in that opening quarter.
Yeah, kudos for Edmonton fighting back. You know, gifted Winnipeg with a fumble touchdown there from Adam Bighill, and they fought back. And you know, they're playing for jobs right now, and that's a pretty big motivator. And Trey Ford got his team in there. Manny Arsenault, he went to the old school with 84 and took it down to the 5, and they found a way to the end zone. But that guy right there has been special from the hop. They established him early and often, as they've done all season long, in the absence of Andrew Harris, and he has not looked back. This guy's been spectacular.
Brady Oliveira is 1 yard away from having the second best rushing season by any Canadian ever. Only John Cornish would have had better numbers if he gets 1 more yard in this game, which is very likely. McCray in there now. They throw him out into the slot. He takes off down the field. They go underneath to Bailey, and that'll set up a second and short situation.
And you had asked me how long I thought we might see Zach out there. You know, they're letting him start the second quarter, so maybe this drive, let him get a little lather on, right?
A little bit of a sweat going.
Yeah. But
Prukop in now.
Yeah, second and short package here. Buck Pierce has been dialing these up all season long with Dakota. Really loves him. An athletic quarterback, 7-year player from Oregon. Can do a lot of things for you. Certainly got breakaway speed.
And he hangs on to the ball here. Got spun around a bit, but picks up a first down for Winnipeg.
Yeah, just another example of people buying in. Dakota Prukop comes over here, 7 years in the league, and happy to take over a third spot on this roster because he knows that he's got an opportunity to be at the big show at the end of the year and be in a great room, great players and teammates, and sets up Brady Oliveira really nicely on this run.
Collaros with time goes to Dembski. And Dembski stopped just shy of the Edmonton 50.
Hey, a little check down Charlie action going on right there. Zach just sees him right there. Why not? Dembski has the gift of making people miss, but Elks rallied to the football there. Had about 4 guys take shots at number 10 right there.
Nick Dembski closing in on a 1,000-yard season. Needed 21 coming into the game. He's got 15 right now. We'll monitor that situation. Brady Oliveira in behind Zach Collaros. They give it to him. Needs a yard. He's got a yard, and he's got more. Gets it in style. Takes it down inside the 40, and only John Cornish has done it better than what Brady Oliveira has done this season as a Canadian star in the CFL.
Yeah, just going to wash him down. Kick out. Got Jackson coming over, responsible for the kick out block. Brady presses the hole, bounces left, and then hits another hole and up into the secondary. That's just fun to watch, and taking turns on coming across, being the hammer, setting up the edge, kick out block. Jackson on that play.
This time they go to McCray, and he's tracked down from behind by Elliott Brown.
Yeah, just watch this run here. You know what? Jackson comes across your screen right there. Brady presses it, bounces, and then explodes into that hole. Oh, that's fun. The beneficiary of a lot of work up front by a lot of people, just not the offensive line, but a lot of receivers and teammates too. And he's such a humble guy. He does it right. He's a leader in that room. They can't say enough about number 2.
7 100-yard games this season for Brady Oliveira. Has 3 100-yard games in his career against Edmonton. Collaros behind McCray. And that one will bring up third down, but there is a flag on the far side of the field.
Yeah, it's Lawler. I think he got impeded over there.
Illegal
Watching him.
Contact on receiver. Edmonton number 5. This is a 10-yard penalty that will result in a first down.
Good matchup out there. Gainey and him going at it. Yeah, he's right here, and I'll see if I can't draw him for you right there, and he's going to get tied up with this guy right there. Watch him. That's a heck of a waggle. That's a 15, 20-yard waggle right there. He's going to blow right by him, and right there he gets clipped.
Yeah, they threw the flag on Olumba, who kind of got his shoulder into him as he tried to go by.
And not a bad idea, because he had a full head of steam with that 15, 20-yard waggle hitting at full speed.
Down to the Edmonton 28. And flags again as that ball is snapped to Zach Collaros.
Offside. Edmonton, number 95. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Sam Acheampong acquired via trade with Toronto. A sack and a couple of tackles for a loss since joining the club.
You know, this football team looking for their 5th win, bettering their record last year by 1 game.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it may be that motivates you, at the end of the day, what motivates you is putting food on the table, having a job, a job. And this football team's going into that realm right now and has been for a while. And these guys are hustling around out there trying to stay toe-to-toe with the Bombers.
Brady Oliveira, a spin move, breaks a couple of tackles, takes it inside the red zone, just inside the 20 before he's taken down.
We oftentimes talk about playing the game hard. You can't let up. You got to play it 100% or else you get hurt. Make a substitution here. Here comes Drew Cup and Jackson. Big boys. A couple of pretty boys come off the field. When I say that tongue-in-cheek, you know, I just say that, you know, I say, I've been called that, you know, and you take offense to it because, you know, you're just a football player. You like to play hard-nosed football, but they send the big boys in, and I get the pretty boys off. So, not the case, man. Not the case.
Big boys can be pretty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a two-way street right there.
Let's see where this ball is marked. Not a sure thing. And they're going to say 3rd and inches. And I'm sure they give it back to Prukop, and he punches it ahead again.
It doesn't look like a neutral zone of a yard to me. Maybe that extra effort. I don't see it.
10th play of the drive for Winnipeg. Edmonton looking to pick up a turnover on downs. Prukop this time, no doubter.
Yeah, he found a little crease that time. Yeah. All you need is a little crease, and you get all that weight moving forward. Find a little crease. It's not easy. It makes it better. Watch him. Find it right there. Yeah.
Probably a good idea to go behind Stanley Bryant, right?
Well, yeah. Crease
I would think.
Crease is a crease. Get what you can. Dakota Prukop. I can't believe 7 years already. Time flies. That's not good. That's the guy. You know, this is when my good friend Miles Gorell played that position for the Bombers for many years, and Hall of Famer. We were talking about Stanley Bryant a couple days ago. Miles said that he was past his shelf life. And I said, no, sir. I said, how many years did you play? 19, right? He's like
still some good years
left. He's
left.
like in his 13th, 14th year.
Yeah.
He's got 4 or 5 more years. Miles, come on, man.
At an elite level, I'm sure as well. 2nd and 10 after a pass to McRae.
Yeah,
Incomplete.
I'll take those guys right up front there. Kolonkowski, you got Jeff Gray, you got Stanley Bryant, you got Patty, you got Jamarcus. Yeah, that's a heck of a group, and I'll put them right up there with the guys I played behind from 92 to 94.
I know early in the season, even prior to this, they said, well, when's this old line start to get old? But look what they've done with Brady Oliveira this year. The season that they put together has been excellent. Kolaris now goes to Lawler. Lawler's got it. Game tackled just outside the 5.
That was just a crazy route. Yeah, that's just Kenny being Kenny. That's why I happen to have him back. Watch him. He's down here. And just watch at the top of this route what he does to the defender and how he works back to the football and how Zach trusts him. That ball's got to be thrown. Not a lot of room there. You got to know where your receiver is. It's a lot of work and practice.
After the
Works
play,
back to the ball, hands
objectionable
it.
conduct. Winnipeg number 51.
Uh-oh.
The foul will be,
Jamarcus coming in here late.
it will be a 10-yard penalty.
He's going to take somebody and chunk him off the pile, I think.
It will be second
That's all it
down.
was.
That's what it looked like.
And that's a foul when you're that big, right? You pick somebody up and throw him, move him a little bit.
Not allowed to pick somebody up like a small child.
Third down. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. And here he comes. Watch. He comes in here and not really a hit. It's just pushing people around. What is? Oh boy.
Not a great look.
I mean, for anybody.
Yeah.
That's not a lot there, right?
No.
I would expect my offensive lineman to come help, right? But that's not a foul.
Clear off the pile a little bit, right? Like,
to be honest, like in that situation, if you're going to call a flag, you're going to have to throw a lot more flags, because that happens quite often.
This is football. I know it's after the whistle, but who knows what that kid was doing inside that pile? Maybe Jamarcus saw something we didn't.
24-yard field goal attempt for Castillo. Firing along just under 90% on the year. You know he's going to knock that one in pretty much every single time. Bombers on top.
Zach Collaros on that last play with the Jamarcus Hardrick penalty. Not happy. Thought he had a first down, and then the penalty happened. Ended up kicking the field goal. Widen your lead a little bit here. Dembski hobbled off the football field. That's concerning.
Ford near side. Gino Lewis comes back to it, and he's got a first down for Edmonton. And Trey Ford has his second completed pass of the game. 2 for 2 over 90 yards.
Yeah, and I like what I see here. Shannon Brooks stepping in there, blocking for his young quarterback. Brady throwing on time to Eugene, moving the sticks. Just an out route. As long as he's going to be asked to throw an out route in the CFL. Opposite hash to here. A lot easier now because it used to be 17 yards wide. Now it's only 9. But regardless, good pass completion there by number 2.
Hand it off. Good burst. Shannon Brooks turns it back upfield. Gets it to about midfield. Brooks, rookie out of the University of Minnesota. When he has an opportunity this year, he's averaged about 5 yards per carry. Tough to get the ball with Kevin Brown having such a phenomenal season, though.
Yeah, but you know, I talked to Jarius Jackson earlier in the week, offensive coordinator, about Shannon Brooks and Kevin Brown, who we're seeing right there. And they like what they have in those 2 young backs.
Nice 1-2 punch,
yeah,
right?
Really. There's a lot of that in the CFL this year for sure.
Brooks now to the top of your screen, empty backfield for Ford, gets it away. Hot shot coming in there, and it's bobbled by Kyron Moore, who's having himself a nice first season in Edmonton, but couldn't haul that in, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and they'll be forced to kick it away.
Yeah, good percentages, catch percentage from 67 catches and 85 attempts, and a lot goes into that, and that's one that number 3 feels like, I know he should have had, but I know when you go back and look at it as a quarterback, you're going to take the blame for that one because it was a little behind him and he could have spotted it differently. So, a lot of tweaking and tinkering going on 24/7 in this game of football. Perfect example.
Kyron Moore leads Edmonton in yards and targets and catches this season, and he's played in every single game. Lewis and Dunbar both missing time. Grant takes this one and now tries to kick it out. Flag on the play as he brings it out to the 35, stays on his feet, and at the 40 he decides to just step out of bounds. Big Julian, the punter, had come across. Grant, always exciting. Dembski coming back out of the dressing room and seems to be okay. Let's take a look at what happened.
He's right there. He's got zapped by the laser beam right there. Comes in there for a little block. And that's not a good sign if you're a Bomber fan. A fan of that guy's work. Nick Dembski hobbling off. They already got Dalton Schoen on the sidelines. Running out full speed, though, looked pretty good.
And looks like he's just rubbing it out a little bit. See if he can get back out there.
He's just went in there and got a little modern medicine.
Lawler, first down from Zach Collaros. And this is one of the things we're monitoring. First of all, him being healthy going into the playoffs.
Yes.
Is story number 1. Here's something else we're looking at. This has never happened. A team has never had a Canadian get 1,000 yards rushing and a Canadian get 1,000 yards receiving, and Dembski's that close.
Yeah.
6 yards.
Yeah, these 2 guys are special in offense. They'd be, let's just say this, they'd be sorely missed if they were not in the lineup. They've been special this year. And this crowd, I think 4 sellout in a row, or close to it. They certainly enjoyed it.
Brady Oliveira stopped short here on this one. He's just shy of 50 yards in the game.
Needed 74 to come in for 1,500.
You think this is a discussion about Dembski saying, hey, I wouldn't mind getting that?
Wow. I mean, the rushing was pretty, I mean, I wouldn't say common, but getting close to a 1,000-yard receiver at the same time you had a Canadian rushing for 1,000. Of course, Brady's closing on 1,500.
Dembski already tonight has set a career high for catches in a season. And this is thrown a perfect timing into Wolotarski. And he hauls it in, and they're down inside the 30.
Yeah, you know, we saw Wolotarski go into traffic and drop one here. He's right up here. He's going to run a crosser. Kind of a dig. Yeah, he's on a crosser. Goes behind the backers. And watch Purefoy. Oh, right there. Oh, man, if Purefoy wanted to, he could have taken him out. Guaranteed 82 is not going to drop that one. He's going to take the hit and secure the catch. And yeah, that's more like it.
Greg McCrae in the slot out to the right. Zach, they'll give it to Brady Oliveira, pushing ahead down inside the 20, and just continuing to grind this ball on the ground of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah. Grind is an excellent word for their mentality. You have to be a grinder.
First in the league coming into this game, averaging 136 yards per game on the ground. The majority of them, Brady Oliveira, but they'll mix in Dembski, they'll mix in Rasheed Bailey once in a while, Greg McCrae.
Janarian Grant
once in a while.
Yeah. And it's not a good sign for the Elks, giving up over 133 a game on the ground.
Yeah, they're dead last in that category on the other side of the ball. And maybe that's why they go back to Brady Oliveira here. Tackle made by Atrimpong, but a nice burst from Oliveira.
Picking up a first down there, knowing when he needed to, and oftentimes you get help from the big boys. Don't get touched. There's a good look at Buck Pierce calling this game. Been doing a phenomenal job ever since he's taken over those reins.
That'll take us to 3 minutes here at IG Field, Winnipeg. On top, 17-10.
Something that two Canadians have never done on a team. We're going to talk about the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and I think JB is just as fired up for this game as he was the last, right, Coach?
A little. Yeah! Winnipeg's dynamic Canadian duel in the spotlight coming up at halftime. Dembski not back in the game just yet, but he's been working pretty hard along the sidelines. The situation will monitor.
I'm sweating watching him work as hard as he's working down there.
Kolaris. Wolotarski taken down by Gainey.
Moving the sticks. First and goal. Little slant route. Zach looks left. Finds his sure-handed receiver to the right. Watch him look left. Bang. There. Snap here. Popping on him. Yep.
Zach Kolaris, 9 of 11 for 86 yards. He'll come out here and they'll let Prukop come into the game with the ball sitting on the Edmonton 5.
You know, I know that's commonplace in today's game, but boy, that would just tick me right off. You move them all the way down the field.
I know.
Hey, I'm just getting to the good stuff now.
Now we're going to get a touchdown.
Come on.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Prukop walk in.
Brady Oliveira pushing up the middle, and he is stopped. Don't say that. You worried me that Prukop had it. I said, am I going to blow this?
He's thinking that. I'm just watching the QB, and he's thinking to himself, file that away. It'd be a walk-in. Yeah. And that's how you carry out a fake. And that's exactly what he brings. He got somebody with his talent. Watch him extend it here. Wham! Push it out there. You still have a linebacker. I think that was Konar. I think, and he's still eyeballing him, and he got leveraged by a blocker. So, love the effort by Dakota Prukop.
This time from the 3, Brady Oliveira trying to push ahead. Touchdown, Winnipeg. Second of the night for Brady Oliveira. You just can't stop him, can you?
Who we talking about, the O-line or Brady?
Winnipeg in general.
Yeah, well, they're flexing their muscles a little bit here. Just watch them. It's a thing of beauty. Just, I'm going to push you harder than you're going to push me. Number 20 is going to be the beneficiary. That's this time of year, it's getting a little nippy. Going to be different come Halloween. By the time they roll around to play the West Final here,
Brady Oliveira pounding that ball ahead behind
that's going to be critical.
Castillo finishes it off. Winnipeg back on top by 14 for the second time in this game. Brady Oliveira, 61 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, including this one that finishes off an 8-play, 65-yard drive for the Bombers. So far here tonight and pretty much all season, as steady as they come, no doubt about it.
Even on the sideline, he follows this big offensive line.
Behind him on
They're all sitting down, and he's behind him.
Nobody's going to get to him.
That's right.
Alexander takes it. Spun. Cramsey's there to finish him off. Well, Trey Ford, it's been a very important and big season for him. For more on the young Canadian quarterback, let's send it down to John Luke.
Yeah, thank you, Dustin. And as the Elks season winds down to its final 2 quarters and they look ahead to next year, Trey Ford gives the team and the fan base hope. That's the word that offensive coordinator Jarius Jackson used to describe the vibe that's been growing since Ford seized the reins as the starter and has run with it at a time when the organization was crippled. That's the word that Jackson used to describe it as well. And the significance of another Canadian quarterback rising to prominence has caught the attention of the opponents, too. Zach Collaros says that he was very impressed with Ford when the two of them trained briefly in the offseason last year. And Willie Jefferson says he really admires Ford's resilience, the fact that he waited for his opportunity and really ran with it and has excelled at it when he got his chance. Guys?
Excelling at it when he got his chance is the right way to describe it.
Ran is good work, too.
9.5 yards per carry, over 600 yards. Throwing here, and that was well placed as Mitchell goes down and gets it. And that'll be a first down, and Trey Ford is 4 of 5 to start this football game.
And he's looking at a 14-point deficit again. It's like you bring your team back within 4 in the first quarter, and then next thing you know, Edmonton is looking at a 14-point deficit again. Got to make something happen here. Stay in touch.
First second down conversion of the game for Edmonton. Winnipeg's going to show pressure, and they're going to bring it forward. Trying to escape it on the run to his left. Trying to turn a corner. Taken down on the play. Willie Jefferson was there to get him.
And that is a sack. It's behind the line of scrimmage. That'll put Willie in the double digits. And he's pretty excited about that. Talking to him earlier in the week. It was important to him. And he got all pieces of them, too. I mean,
both shoulders.
Look at that. That's just getting in.
You see the grimace on Trey's face because he knows. Eh?
Oh, it's coming. This is going to hurt.
Here we go. Lost 4 yards, second and 14. 3 options to the left for Ford. Looks that way, has some time. That one broken up, incomplete flag. It comes out. It was Jamal Parker who came over the shoulder of Kyron Moore. And that flag was thrown immediely.
Yeah, and plenty of time on this one. Nice job up front by the Elks, giving Trey Ford an opportunity to work from the pocket. Nice little route by Kyron working back inside.
Automatic first down.
Parker looks like he gets there just a little bit early.
Jumps on the back a little bit of Moore.
Trey agrees. Trey agrees. Yeah, all day. Fighting back here.
Time ticking down. Quarter number 2. 51 seconds to work for Ford. Lays one up there for Lewis, but that falls incomplete. 47 seconds on the clock. Second and 10, the situation that they're facing.
And not many people out in the route that time. Trey didn't have many selections, and he's eyeballed the receiver and stuck with him. Very unsure of that throw. The result shows that. The more you see it, though, the more confident you become, I can tell you that. And then you start pulling the trigger with confidence, and the ball's flying out of there. And he's got plenty of arm to make all those throws.
Ford again looking for Lewis. And he goes down to his knees to get it. And he might be marked just shy of a first down, and big Taylor Cornelius will gallop out onto the field.
Yeah, Eugene's got body language that, from a quarterback's perspective, real easy to read. And we know his catch radius is ridiculous, and so not a lot of hesitation there with quarterback throwing to 87. Just get it somewhere in the vicinity that time. Well timed.
Cornelius, 3rd and 1 on the Winnipeg 44. And that should be enough. Big Hill there with the contact again. But that initial lunge over the line worked.
So we saw what happened down there on 2nd and goal from the goal line. Biggie got him. Struck him, right? And then watch this time. And we've already known he's run it 2 more times since then. To score on the next time, and then you got to do it again. And the tendency is to go to your left-hand side. Biggie knows that. You know you're going over there. He knows it. You know that blow's coming. Run out of the field and make that happen, Dustin.
No thanks. Here's Ford. Down the field, looking for Lewis. Goes up and gets it. Oh, 87. Are you kidding me? What a catch, and a nice first half here for Geno Lewis.
Yeah, little quarterback, Trey Ford fighting right back. Catch radius, we just talked about it. Nobody's in the middle. Alexander got pulled down with Trey's eyes. He knew he was coming back left. Alexander tries to get back in the mix. Nichols gives Alexander a shot.
First and goal, Winnipeg 10. Looking for Mitchell. Contact as he tried to make that catch. Home was there, and it falls incomplete with 21 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I know. I love Evan Holm. I love Evan Holm, and I like his game. He's as fast as they come in the league. I think Jonesy could be
he threw the flag.
Challenging this.
He also threw it as far as he possibly can again, and I witnessed it this time. He threw the challenge flag a good 22 yards.
Edmonton is challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference on their receiver. The play will be reviewed.
Have they added weight to these things? Usually the guys are just throwing the flags down all year.
Yeah, I remember years ago one caught a player through the face mask.
Yeah.
And damaged his eye. So I think they've actually taken weight out of the end.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen a coach throw it like that all year.
Yeah.
So here's what we're looking at.
That's Evan Holm. Yeah, definitely a little bump before the ball got there. I think it was an easy call, but Evan Holm is a heck of a player.
I think Jones is incensed because it wasn't called originally on the field, and he has to use a challenge on it. That's why he was so fired up. Let's get a look at this here from Jones. Look at this. Underhand.
Got to be a teammate. Oh, underhand, too.
You see that follow through?
With confidence.
Watched it all the way out there, too.
Yeah,
well, working on that behind the scenes.
He's 3-9 on the year for challenges.
All right, let's see if he wins this one.
After review, there was defensive pass interference on Winnipeg number 31. The ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. Automatic first down for Edmonton.
It's okay, Evan. It's all right. Second-year player from North Dakota. He's making a good break, and the ball just got there a little early.
Holmes having a sensational season.
I love this drive, though. I love this response drive we got here.
Late in the quarter.
10 plays, knocking at the door now because the DPI answered the bell, getting right back into this right before the half, trying to make it 24-17.
Cornelius back into the game, already has one of these here tonight in Winnipeg. Looks for a second touchdown as Edmonton tries to hang tight with the Bombers. This time to roll him out to the right, and he walks it in. Cornelius finishes the job again, and Edmonton isn't going anywhere.
Tanner Green's out in the flat right in front of him, drew the defender, and poor Tanner Green, he doesn't get many opportunities over the course of his career in 5 years, 9 catches, 2 touchdowns, 93 yards. He's right there. Give it to me. No, you're covered. I got to run this one in.
Mission accomplished, right? Drew the defender up.
No question. That's what it's designed to do. And Cornelius was happy to go to his right as opposed to his left because that was getting old in a hurry. Seeing number 5 over on the other side, right?
Big Hill, Jefferson, whoever, waiting for you there.
Number 4, Adam Big Hill said, chicken.
Faithful out. Julian holds, and Faithful knocks it through. And we once again have a 7-point ball game. And what a drive this was. You mentioned you're pretty impressed with this drive. 10 plays, 75 yards, and Maddie, they did it in 1 minute and 39 seconds.
That's the CFL. We all know what happens in the last 3 minutes every half up here, and it's the most exciting football on the planet, and that guy is a big part of it. 87 catch radius is ridiculous. A little PI here. Evan Holm got that a little early on Dylan Mitchell, and then here Tanner's drawing the coverage. Cornelius is happy to run away from number 4 on the other side and walk in touchdown. That's a heck of a drive, man. Last game for the Elks on the road against this football team, showing that type of focus.
Not going away.
Yeah, it's good.
Purifoy.
Lucas is honoring the drive as well.
Lewis so far in this game, 4 catches for 60 yards. Manny Arsenal had that 1 catch for 77. Trey Ford is 6 of 8 for 144 yards and has led a couple of touchdown drives as he chats with Daggy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think we're going to see some of Daggy too, Jared Daggy, before this game's over.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Sprinkling of Daggy in the second half?
Yeah. I mean, this is an evaluation, right? No better time than against this football team on the road. See what you got, get some valuable reps for next year. They know what Trey can do.
Faithful going to bounce this in. Grant takes it cleanly on the one hopper. Runs into traffic at about the 35. Tanner Green, among others, in on the special teams tackle. Halftime discussion coming up. Kate and the crew. And
oh, my goodness. Kate, good luck with those 3. Nails, Parker's got everything figured out, and then Lapo, he just put a pen in his hand, put some chalk in his hand. He's going to start drawing everything up, and Nails has got every inside scoop imaginable. Yeah, it's going to be a good conversation.
Get an old-fashioned chalkboard on board.
Right, a little grease board action.
That chalk industry took a huge hit over the last few years.
I don't know, man. A lot of kids. I mean, those stocking stuffers, a lot of chalk drawings going
Sidewalk
on.
chalk,
big
time.
I'm saying,
That's true. My kids love the sideway chalk.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, good point, as always, Matty.
Don't try that. Just a father and a grandfather.
Brady Oliveira, 12 carries, 61 yards, couple of touchdowns in the first half. Par for the course.
He needs 13 yards for 1,500. Leave him in there in the second half.
He gets 13 yards, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And you probably... we'll see. I didn't think Colares would play the entire first half, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well,
Brady, you can mix in Drew Brown and Johnny Augustine if you would like. They're certainly capable.
Yeah, I think that was just a well-played 30 minutes of football from both sides, other than the one fumble Jackson Jeffco caused and walk-in gimme for Adam Bighill on that play. But other than that, I thought it was a well-played football.
Back against a good organization, but you never know what the future holds. But for me, if I had my way, of course.
Thank you for this, Manny.
Thank you. All right, appreciate it.
I don't think you'd ever not want that guy around your organization, right?
Manny is that likable, folks. That interview you just heard is exactly what you get 24/7 with Manny Arsenault. That's why he's easy to cheer for.
Over a decade in this league, we are underway. Second half action on a Saturday at IG Field. Edmonton takes the ball. Alexander on the return, and he's hauled down. There's a flag that pops out around the 50 as Alexander is forced out of bounds. We'll bring out Manny Arsenault. If you're just joining us, you missed a big chunk in the first half. Really kind of got this team going.
Yeah, double tights. Get Ford on the edge. Manny's uncovered, sits down, and gets on his horse, and he rides till he can't no more. And it's just, you just love to see it, because that explosive run,
During the return.
little stiff arm, it's a lot of hard work and dedication to the game to get that done.
Well, there was a great group of receivers in Edmonton with Lewis and Dunbar, who's been out for a while, Kyron Moore, young guys like Gavin Cobb and Dylan Mitchell. I think it benefits all of them to have Manny Arsenault around. This is backed up after a penalty. Edmonton starts on their own 25. Brown trying to break a tackle, but Cramsey would not have it. he held on to him, and that'll bring up second down and about 6 or 7.
Yeah, I highlighted both those players, both Reddick Cramdy and Kevin Brown at the beginning, because one, I tell you what, Mike O'Shea, head coach for the Bombers, can't say enough about that kid. He knows every position on the field. He knows every assignment of everybody's supposed to do defensively. He calls it out. He reminds me a different position, different type of player, but his approach to the game is like Mike O'Shea when he played. Nobody was going to outwork him, and that's Crandy.
2nd and 6, Ford has that batted down by Dietrich Nichols, who slid down to the line and made a play on the ball.
I look like a mini Willie out there.
That's what he's doing.
That's awesome stuff.
11th knockdown of the year for number 1.
Yeah, let me see. I think he's right in here. Check him out. If he doesn't get it, his teammates gonna get it. Yeah, they're in Edmonton's playbook there, forcing this punt.
And that does get away from Julian. Janarian Grant waits at the 37. That's where he takes it, makes a move, and eventually is tracked down from behind by Reeves. Zach Kolaris getting trotted back out here for the second half. Here's a look at what he did in the first 9 of 11 for 90 yards.
Yeah, he was, 90 yards. That's a drive for Kolaris typically, right? He really wasn't asked to do much, which is a good thing. But he looked like he was in rhythm when he was asked to push the ball down the field. As a fierce competitor, a guy that does it better than most and has for a number of years, you would expect him to want to continue to play.
Kolaris wanted to go to Dembski. Now he's going to have to slide ahead. Positive yards on the play. He's looking in the direction of Dick Dembski, who, as we mentioned, 6 yards away from 1,000 on the season, and he is back out here on the field after getting banged up in the first half.
And, you know, I think people know and they realize, and oftentimes they ask if they don't, the players know about where people are at down there, and bonuses or touchdowns or number of yards needed in order to hit a benchmark. Yeah, they do, and oftentimes it's difficult to navigate through that as a quarterback, and that's what Kolaris is doing right now.
He's got Dembski trying to turn it upfield, and he's taken down at about the 51.
It looks like he got 5 there, right? Looks like he got about 5. He needed 6. Yeah, right there.
On the bright side, look at this speed coming across the field.
Oh, yeah, and Zach is looking for him the whole way. And he dishes it to him. He loses ground, comes back to it, and then there's A.C. Leonard. And it's like Luchez Purifoy. Looks like they're gang tackling him. Just eyes to number 10. It's a good idea. Get as many on him as you can.
Only a couple of yards on that pickup for Dembski. He's sitting at 17 in the game. Needed 21 coming in for a cool 1,000. Now Sheen kicks it away. Kyron Moore takes it, and Kyron Moore looks for some space on the far side of the field. Moore up to the 35, trying to get around the kicker, and eventually checked down from behind. But a nice return from Kyron Moore, who hasn't done that very much this season. Edmonton looking for their first return touchdown in almost a decade. Kyron Moore couldn't get away from Brian Cole. What happened with Trey Ford in the first half, and you know what? Didn't start very well. As Jeff Code knocks this loose, Big Hill takes it in, but he settled in after that, Matty.
Hey, I thought he rebounded really well. 10 unanswered points to the Bombers, 14 to start the ball game. Got them right back in. The Bombers kind of lengthened it out. Then they answered it at halftime with a really nice drive of over 10 yards. That throw being the highlight, and Trey Ford just competing out there. We've been accustomed to seeing this last half of the football season, enjoying what we're watching.
A couple of touchdown drives for Ford, finished off by Cornelius. A turn, hand this off to Kevin Brown, tried to avoid a tackle, but eventually Lawson and Holm are there to wrap him up for maybe a short gain on first down.
Yeah, and that's Biggie trying to get him in the hole, and that's that guy you said he was trying to elude, and Adam Big Hill, who's almost got 900 tackles on his career. knows how to do it, and he was messing around with his feet. Kevin Brown was not going to have it. He bounced out there and drew a lot of attention from some bombers in a hurry, and minimal gain of a yard, a little over a yard.
Brown settles into the left of his quarterback. 3 options to that wide side left of the field for Ford as well. Looks there first. Thought about taking off. Maybe a face mask. And I think there is a face mask call. Jeffcoat was reaching out for him, and all he could grab is that cage on the helmet.
You're literally grasping at straws with that guy. And air sometimes, most of the time. He grabs something.
Major
anything.
foul. Face mask. Winnipeg number 94. 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous line of scrimmage, and a first down.
Wasn't a vicious one by any stretch of the imagination, but
yeah, nice little battle going on with the right tackle, and Jeffcoat right there. It was a really nice job trying to make it happen.
moves that ball inside the Winnipeg 45. Ford, some last-minute instructions for his line, and his running back, who now popped over to his left. 3 receivers to his right. Ford, far side, trying to lay back for it was Moore, and he couldn't get there as he worked against Jamal Parker, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I talked about the body language, top of your screen, out route. Got just got a little trouble coming out of his break. Kyron Moore there. And talked about it with Eugene Lewis and how easy he is to read. There's a different top end of a cut coming out of his break there by Moore, and it kind of threw the timing off at the top end there.
Willie Jefferson checks back into the game. 3-man front for Winnipeg. Ford in trouble again, won't get away. Tag team effort. Ricky Walker and Willie Jefferson, 4th sack of the game for Winnipeg.
And Reddick Crandy coming in there too, bringing an elbow. Yeah, you're gonna watch Willie. Willie's right here. Crandy, of course, is on 2nd level. It's coming from the top of your screen. He sees it happening. He's got a full head of steam. Willie comes off, and then Crandy finishes him, and Walker goes low. So, yeah, it's a good way to get number 2 down. Spring the house, bring some pressure, and flush them back into those guys. Hasn't happened very often. 24 sacks on the young quarterback. Very elusive.
Jake Julian set to kick this away from pretty much midfield. And they will just let that clock tick down. Back it up a little bit.
Time count violation. Edmonton number 9. This is a 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Yeah, Winnipeg's onto their ways. Got some onside players in this formation, and they just let it click down. Putter down here. They're gonna, nothing tricky happening here. 3rd and 16, 17.
This time they'll get it away. Grant watches. That drops inside the 9 and will bounce all the way down into the Winnipeg end zone, where Grant grabs it. And that'll be a 61-yard kick from Jake Julian. Walker and Willie Jefferson gobbling up Trey Ford.
You know, when I got done in 2019, so you know, it's great to see so many familiar faces, and I've tried not to be a distraction and, like, you know, just ruin, you know, because they have their routines, right? So I want to make sure I kind of stay out of it and just watch it. I'm a fan now, right? So.
Well, even though you were trying to stay out of your ex-teammates' ways, there's still so many of them from the 2019 championship team. Have you had time to have quality interactions with any of them?
Yeah, I've had some lunches with a couple of the guys, but I'm trying to stay back. You know, this is their routine. They're going through their process, and yeah, I don't want to interrupt that. I just want to make sure I'm here being a fan and just trying to, you know, show my kids, you know, hey, this is where I played, and you know, they're like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but they don't care. They just want to catch some balls from dad. So.
Well, being back in the stadium with all the memories attached to it, what went through your mind when you were standing on that field and the fans were cheering you after your successful years here in Winnipeg?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, you don't really, you know, you don't take a minute to kind of, you know, appreciate what's going on. You're so focused through the years. So it's good that I've been able to like take a moment to like, this is really cool, and like what it was able to do here, and like I'm just proud that we were able to bring the championship back here in 2019. There were so many years that we weren't able to, and you know, especially like just going over the years. 2018 felt like we had a really good team that didn't get over the edge, and so yeah, it's been cool to just, you know, get that appreciation and share it with your family.
I'm glad that you had such a wonderful week. Congratulations again, Justin, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Go Bombers.
Thanks.
Go Bombers indeed, and congratulations also in order for Nick Dembski, who just surpassed 1,000 yards on the season. Now back to Brady Oliveira looking for a first down. They might be just shy of it, but Nick Dembski, 27 yards in the game, and that might be the last we see of him.
It was designed specifically for Nick to get that chunk of change right there, and he goes and gets it. He knows exactly what's happening as he runs off the football field. Who greets him first? The other guy on the other end, Brady Oliveira.
First organization to ever have a Canadian with 1,000 yards receiving and a Canadian with 1,000 yards rushing as well. So quite the honor for Dembski and Oliveira. Bruka, short yardage, looking for the first down. Forced back, stays on his feet, lunges ahead. Definitely got it.
That's Dakota. I can't wait for he breaks one of those things.
Didn't even need the second effort, but gave it anyway and picked up a few extra yards.
Yeah, we got guys in the league that run these plays that can go to the house. We saw it with Tommy Stevens last year. Big 6'5", 250-pounder. Dakota's about 6'3", 220. He can fly.
Edmonton number 11.
Tough as nails too. That's why Buck Pierce loves him so much. Just showing you the grit right there. Man, I just love it. I think it was important for Zach Collaros to be out there with Nick when he got that as well, right? And I really think that is it's special time right there. A lot of hard work going into that. Nick Dembski, the offense, Buck, O-line, just Brady, obviously.
Back to Brady Oliveira, busting it ahead. Look at that burst. And he almost has another first down.
Just and this is like hot knife through butter right here. Just whoosh, coming out on the other side. Franklin didn't want a piece of him. Wow. They're making that look easy. Edmonton's got to figure that out next year, how to stop the run. When they figure it out against this football team, they should be in good shape.
Prukop lunging ahead. Didn't need a lot, looked like he had enough. So here it is. We had a chance to witness history at IG Field on this beautiful Saturday in Winnipeg. 1,000 yards for both of them.
And this is really easy to embrace because of the players and the people that these guys are away from the game. And that's what makes it so cool. Not only are they Canadian, which to me has no bearing on it whatsoever, but for this record it does. They're just excellent football players and even better people.
By the way, that guy right there, Brady Oliveira, I think he's 2 yards shy of 1,500. Needed 74, he's got 72. Edmonton shows some pressure. Collaros gets it away just in time. Oh, almost intercepted. Purifoy might have had a house call the other way, and he's already got 2 pick sixes this season. I don't know if anybody would have caught him on that one.
I don't think Zach realized that when he let this go, just how far a throw that actually was, and didn't get a lot on it because he had pressure in his face right there. And I don't know if Kenny catches him right there. I think Luchez could have gone to the house.
That's a big head start for Purifoy if he hauls that one in.
Well, that's when you like to have back, put you right on top of this thing, 25-24. Nick, I think his evening's done.
Especially after being banged up a bit in the first there, right?
Exactly.
Here's Collaros. Steps up, throws it across to Brady Oliveira, catches it, takes it inside the 10. Forced out of bounds by Gainey, just outside the 5.
How pretty is that? This little Collaros magic there. You know, a lot of quarterbacks would have tucked it. He kept his eyes open, scanning the field, and bang, he puts it on 20. And Brady does the rest. Coming to this football game, he had 37 catches for 465 yards. That's getting it done in the air too in a running back situation. Then he put 1,500 on the ground. Yeah, it's on him to a long-term contract. Long being the operative word.
Got to get paid, no doubt about it. Oliveira stands in there next to Collaros. Collaros keeps it this time. Looks to the corner. Touchdown, Rasheed Bailey. Kai Gray got turned all around, and Bailey was waiting for it. Hauls it in for number 4 on the year.
Trust in your receiver. Put it on him with timing. Let him make a play on the ball, and the DB doesn't know it. Zach Collaros trusts Rasheed Bailey. Sidewinds it back, shoulders him because he's running out of room to the corner. So he did what he could, and Bailey realized it and made the play in the ball. Made it look real easy. Good to see Rasheed Bailey cashing in on a touchdown because he's been doing a lot of the dirty work for the Bombers lately.
You know, it's shown out there's another guy who can get more involved in the offense and certainly is dangerous at doing it.
Yeah, he's like a 4 or 5 here in this offense. He'd be a number 1 or 2 for some.
Castillo. No problem. Winnipeg on top, 31-18. Zach Collaros, first passing touchdown of the game, right into the waiting arms of Rasheed Bailey. They had one the other way.
Yeah, and it's funny how quickly the worm turns, and this could have been a pick 6 for Luchez Purifoy, and we'll never know because this happened the next play, or 2 plays later, and Bailey's catching his 4th and Zach's throwing his 33rd and got a 13-point lead. You got to make plays when they come your way, and Lucas knows that one got away.
Edmonton about to get the ball back. Still certainly within striking distance after a 9-play, 70-yard drive that ends up in a touchdown. Took almost 5 minutes off the clock. Kicked back into the hands of Deontez Alexander. Alexander tripped up just shy of the 40 by Nick Hallett. Bombers on top at home. Missing a tooth because he's a hockey player.
Duh. Yeah, man. Them punks don't mess around. Oh, there's one right there now.
Jets on TSN analyst.
How do you
Kevin
pick
Sawyer.
him out? How do you pick him out? That's a good spot right there. He's over there in by the rum hut.
Easy to get lost by the rum hut.
Seriously.
Two hockey clubs for these respective cities going at it tonight as well in Edmonton. And their university football teams went at it last night here with the University of Alberta Golden Bears getting by the Bisons. Pretty good game. We're going to get rum hut shot. There it is.
I thought I saw one of the Bisons here earlier. Didn't I? Did I see the kicker here?
She was here.
Yeah. Wyatt.
2nd and 8.
Doing her thing.
For 4. Has a little bit of time. Gets it away to his running back, Brooks. Brooks couldn't turn it upfield. Holm was there to trip him up and take him down, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I like the check down. Here. Just understanding where your people are, knowing you don't have to scramble all the time. Just check it down to them, see if they can't make somebody miss. And it's a good job of realizing a little late, but regardless, it's registering, right? He's not out there alone, and if he gets rid of the football, guys are positioned on the field for a reason. You know, go through your progressions and dumb it down and let them work. I like what I see in Trey Ford.
Jake Julian waits for this ball on 3rd and 3 in the Edmonton 47. Down by 13, lets it fly. Janarian Grant will await this kick, a high one. Drops in just inside the 20. Grant looking for some space, and he has some space. Janarian Grant almost had him. Now he stays on his feet, gets it out to the 45, and eventually he's thrown down. Oh, Janarian Grant was almost set free, wasn't he?
Doesn't take much to set that guy free. It's like, here comes Rusty, and let him go. Oh, my goodness. Can't get him there. Just on the edge there.
That was fellow returner Deontez Alexander, who at least slowed him down enough for Burton Cron to eventually come over.
Oh, and once he does, he loses sight of him. He's like, oh, did I get him? No, I didn't get him. And he does a 360, and Janarian keeps going. He's like, oh, man, he's still going.
Electric to watch Grant. Drew Brown in the game now, throwing. Lawler's got it. And Tony Jones wraps him up. Let's take a look at the work of Drew Brown, and when he's got an opportunity, he certainly made the most of it.
Oh, yeah, he has. He definitely has. And strong arm. You saw it right there. Just a little dart. Tight window. A little play fake. Extended play fake. I like the length of that one. Zach's night is done. You saw Dalton showing the sidelines. And, yeah, this yeoman's work for him tonight. It's like just another day at the office. Number 8. Performing like an all-pro, like he has all season, guiding his team. Yeah, here's what he did. Just go over and talk to Drew. Say, man, go get him. Knock it out. Play fast and free. You know you put in the work. Trust yourself. Trust your eyes.
Nice encouragement from a guy who clearly in the MOP conversation.
No question.
Again this season.
I think one of his biggest competitors is the guy right behind him in that picture right there, Brady Oliveira. But, of course, only one player comes from each team for that selection, which is debatable in itself. But it's a good look at Brady and Zach. 2 worthy candidates.
A couple more touchdowns tonight for Brady Oliveira. Hit 1,500 yards on the ground this season, just shy of 2,000 total yards.
It's a shame that two or more candidates can't come from one team.
Yeah, I'd throw 3 in from across the league. Brown down the field, waiting for it and hauling it in. Kenny Lawler working against Olumba, and he got the better of him, didn't he?
It's like he just does his best work when it's cloudy. You know, when he's got people all draped all over him. Doesn't matter who's throwing the rock. Drew Brown, Zach Collaros, 89 is going to make him look good. Kenny Lawler, deep once again.
31-18, what stands out for you there, Manny?
Well, it's just yeoman's day work, right? Very balanced attack, taking advantage of one turnover by the Edmonton Elks early in the football game, and that's the difference. And then explosive play on one end and one that was not capitalized. Lucius Purifoy and a possible pick 6 there towards the end of that quarter. And then 2 plays later, Zach finds the end zone to Rasheed Bailey. And to me, that's the difference between winning and losing. It's very minimal, but at the end of the day, very understandable.
2 or 3 plays every game, right?
Yep.
Kind of swing
handful,
one or the other.
Handful, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, that's about it. And this game's no different, but I love the fact that Buck Pierce is up there having fun at the controls. He's like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, just, you know, having a blast back there with now a new toy in Drew Brown, and didn't phase him. Hey, what do you want to do, Drew? Let's go deep. Let's go to Lawler. Let's push this envelope a little bit. And Zach knows all about that.
37 yards to Kenny Lawler, and they're back in the red zone again. Prukop taking that low snap, scrambles ahead, and is just short of another Winnipeg first down. Johnny Augustine into the game now at running back for Brady Oliveira, and Drew Brown will check back in for Prukop.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Drew's checking in after this low snap, and Prukop makes something out of nothing here, pulls a rabbit out of a hat and picks up 6. Otherwise, it could have been, look, 2nd and 10. Now it's 2nd and manageable. And Brown is like, yeah, that's better. There's Patty Neufeld right there. New father. Right guard. Couple weeks off. Johnny's going to tell us that story in a little bit.
Brown, 2nd and 4. Has a completion, has a touchdown as he goes to Greg McCray. And Drew Brown wastes no time picking up where Zach Collaros left off.
And a dart in the flat to McCray. On time, lets him turn up and get what he needs. There's a look. This is just special. McCray's going to come right out of the backfield, go on. Tells, get on out of there. Boom. Breaks away. Not a lot of room there. Decent coverage.
Good throw, eh?
Yeah. Niles Morgan right in his back pocket. That ball was on the money. Had to be because Niles was in the vicinity.
Sergio Castillo to push the lead to the biggest that it's been tonight. And Winnipeg now leads by 20 with everybody getting involved. Greg McCray's 2nd touchdown of the season. Caps off a 5-play, 64-yard drive that took just 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, championship football teams don't need much. And they've been given an opportunity here, and they took full advantage of it. A dart right out there, McCray. Nice hands catch with Miles Morgan and good coverage. Hutter can't get there in time. You don't need much. McCray knew exactly what he needed. Went out and got it.
Drew Brown, a quick 3 for 3 for 55 yards and a touchdown.
Look at that. You got your starting defensive end, Hall of Famer, or a guy that just plays at an all-pro level 24/7. Zach sees it. Everybody's engaged. They're not over there resting on the laurels. They're out there playing the game with their teammates. And, man, this is fun. Winning is fun. Anybody knows that.
And losing sucks.
It's an addictive drug is what that is. Winning is addictive. And when this guy sits on a bench for like 8 weeks and then comes out and plays and makes plays, you can appreciate the work, the patience, the commitment to the organization himself. Not.
That's how you build a winner, right?
Yes. It's impressive.
Alexander to return for Edmonton. And he's
Here we go.
Look at him go. Deontez Alexander. He'll take it down to the 30, to the 20, and he's going to go all the way home. For the first time in forever, Edmonton has a return touchdown, and it's Deontez Alexander who gets it done. Almost a decade since their last one.
Oh, my goodness.
He took off, didn't he?
Like shot out of a cannon. Boom. This is Janarian Grant. Whatever. Wait, no way. Holmes is fast now. And Alexander's running away from him like he's standing still. Man, that was impressive.
You have to go back to 2015 for the last time Edmonton had a return touchdown.
Oh, man. I tell you what, you talk about, yeah, coach, yeah, I want to come back next year. Think about me.
Well, Deontez Alexander hasn't even gotten an opportunity to the last couple of games, and this is called making the most of it. Goodbye. See you later, Deontez Alexander. Welcome back.
Yeah, I can tell you this, Dustin, that was incredible turn of events right there for Edmonton, getting right back into it.
Now here goes Janarian Grant, and he is wrapped up.
So close to somebody winning $1 million right there. But you know what you just did? Yeah, you just called this guy's first, this team's first touchdown in about 10 years.
Are you kidding me?
Come on. How good is that? Huh? We're watching it from up here, and Evan Holm can run, and Alexander just blew by them like they were standing still, and a walk-in touchdown going to the house. Dusty, you're incredible, man. Are you kidding me?
August 28th, 2015. The last time that happened for Edmonton.
That's a while back.
A little bit.
That got Gizmo's attention, I guarantee you that. You can't talk about a kickoff return touchdown for the Elks if you don't talk about Gizmo.
Oh, Giz probably likes seeing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes seeing that. That's one of the funnest plays in football right there.
Kind of redemption, too. He had a fumble last week that helped Montreal in that comeback. So Alexander gets another crack at it.
Help his resume.
We mentioned C.J. Simpson had been returning for much of the season. He was released this week, and they'll give Alexander, an opportunity to build a bit of a resume. And now in a short window, he's put something of significance on it. 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 51. Augustine up the middle, short gain on 1st down.
Yeah, kind of a lull here in the stadium. It's like, I don't think the Bomber fans are.
Well, they don't deal with many buzzkills here at IG Field,
That
right?
was a buzzkill for them, for sure.
7-1 at home. They've won 6 in a row at home.
Not
the
those
shirts
guys.
are off.
Not those guys.
I'm not sure if those guys even own shirts. I've never seen them in one.
Dude, he got the memo on the pink day. Yeah.
2nd and 7, Winnipeg 54. Drew Brown, he's going to look down the field again, stumble in a flag, and it falls incomplete. Kenny Lawler working against Sky Gray, and Gray tripped him up or held him up along the way.
Yep. Kai's having a long day. Good first-year DB, doing a really nice job for the Elks. Lincoln University, couple picks on the year, about a handful of knockdowns, a few special team tackles, and 52 tackles, and they're going at him right now. Bombers said, hey, let's test the rookie a few times. He's been up to the challenge most of the year.
I like seeing Drew Brown just heave it down the field.
Yeah, that one didn't come out right, though. That was fluttering.
Now into the flats. It's Lawler again. 1st down and more. That'll move the chains.
It's a nasty 15 right there. You catch a hitch, and you got traffic coming from inside out. A bunch of professional hitters. And, yeah, there he is right here in your picture. Coming here, going to catch it on the fly. Terrible drawing, didn't act up right for me. Little sit down hitch, and then get what you can. Get some help from your teammates. He knows he's got to get outside. Tony Jones in there making another play. That guy's a tackling machine.
Started at middle linebacker last week to Tony Jones. Moved back over with Niles Morgan returning, and there he is on cue. Tony Jones with another tackle. 2nd-year Elk out of Texas Tech.
Yeah, he's just a tackling machine. It's just funny how some people just have a knack for getting in on
They're
everything.
involved. They're around it, right?
Everything. Yeah. And some of it is coachable, some of it is not. I would venture in his case, a lot of his strengths are intangibles and innate. Good-looking ball player, Tony Jones.
Leads the team with 5 tackles for loss this season. 2nd and 3 for Drew Brown. Hands it off. Augustine trying to push it ahead, and looks like they'll have enough for a Winnipeg 1st down.
Well, the Elks have an explosive play. Alexander gives us the kickoff return, goes to the house, and calmly the Winnipeg Blue Bombers set the tone back here at IG Field with a long drive, knocking on the door themselves, trying to get the mojo back, trying to get that buzz back. This facility.
Well, if they punch them back in, it leads to another kickoff, which leads to another opportunity for somebody to win $1 million.
Yeah, Buck is having a blast up there playing the Wizard of Oz, messing around with all these pieces on the field.
1st and goal from the Edmonton 10. Brown, corner, up for grabs. Leno trying to get it, and they do.
just not letting up one iota. Say, Drew, you're in the game, play the game, son. Sling it. Exactly what he does here to Rasheed Bailey. Rasheed Bailey making a play in the ball. Man, he made Ed Gainey look like he wasn't out there at all. Well, Rasheed Bailey having a night. Do you have him in fantasy?
No, I already won my fantasy league. It's already taken care of, but thanks for bringing it up, Matty.
Dude, you're taking care of a lot of things lately, Dusty.
You know why I won my fantasy league? I have Brady Oliveira and Dalton Shaw.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Good for you. That's a heck of a play right there. Bombers answering.
Well, now they're having a chat here with Chris Jones.
Well, Jonesy's. He didn't want to have to throw his flag.
Edmonton is challenging the previous play for offensive pass interference.
Oh, okay.
The play will be reviewed.
Well, you said Bailey was like Gainey wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And was he not there because of some separation?
Well, I think what Rasheed did a really nice job of was not letting the defender know where the ball was. The last second, he adjusted to the football, and Gainey was going one way, and he went the other and made the catch. I don't think he put hands on him.
We'll find out. Welcome back to Winnipeg. Let's take one more quick look at this before we get the call. It was challenged. What's the ruling?
After review by the command center, the ruling on the field stands. It was a touchdown.
Touchdown stands, second of the game.
The buzz is back at IG Field, too.
Picks up in a hurry, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like that. Like that. Like that.
I think he likes it.
I like Rasheed Bailey. Unselfish player, man, making it happen, getting some balls thrown his way.
Castile pops it through the lead. Back to 20, and the party is on.
There we go. There. A little more hop in the step now.
Let's get to your Coors Light moment of chill. Do you think any of those bikes belong to those guys?
I hope they belong to all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, traffic coming in and out of IG can be a little bit of a nightmare at times, so fan base, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Bike to the game.
Could you imagine everybody got to sprint to their bike like a triathlon?
A mad scramble after.
Beers and shoes going everywhere.
Standing on seats at IG.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus and a chicken.
No, that's Foghorn Leghorn.
Was that Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah, it is.
I say, Matty, are you sure?
I say your lips are flapping, but you're not saying much more.
They're looking to go to 8-1 for the second year in a row at home.
Hey, look at that little baby.
That is a baby.
I say that because we know somebody else out there got some babies. Yeah.
I've said it a few times, man. Like, when this place is packed, it's tough to top sports atmosphere in this country anywhere.
Yeah.
Outside of a jam-packed IG field when the Bombers are rolling, you know?
Yeah.
You got banana suit guy.
I saw that guy watching the Houston Rangers Texas game last night. Same guy was there.
Seriously?
No,
He wasn't wearing
banana
the suit.
guy.
Oh, banana guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a great place for a ball game, that's for sure. One of my favorites, telling Rick Bollisher, president of the Edmonton Elks, that before the ball game. Just casually tell the president, hey, oh, hey, this place better than yours.
Yeah, something to work towards. Castillo kicks us away. Alexander, if he returns it, somebody's going to win $1 million. Takes it at the 25, near side of the field. A little bit of friendly fire, and he's forced out of bounds. The wait continues for a cool mill. The fans living their best life here at IG Field. That kid's all hopped up on Pepsi. TSN, Taylor Swift is not here. Correct.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing, I would think. That guy is.
Yeah, it's getting ready, because it's fixing to turn cold. It's a couple weeks now.
Lewis, and he gets it over the top of Parker. How do you do? As he goes and picks it up.
That's just ridiculous radius, and that's timing. That's all timing right up here. Watch him.
It's a cheat code.
But yeah, but it's a timing throw too. DBs can't make a play on the ball throwing timing on the deep ball.
Ford in the pocket again. Down the field to Lewis again. He's got him inside the 10 to the 5 before he's taken down by Winston Rose. And that should put Gino over 100 yards in a game for the 3rd time this season.
Seems like it should be 200. It just seems like every time he's catching the ball, it's 40, 50 yards down the field. Trey Ford saying, not so fast, Drew Brown. We're here to play full 60. Got another 6.5 to go. Winston Rose going like, man, I did not see that coming.
Back-to-back deep shots to Gino Lewis. And Edmonton trying to hang around a little bit more. 134 yards for Lewis. Trey Ford works.
Got him again if he wants.
To the left. He looks that way. Throws looking for Lewis this time. Batted down. Winston Rose gets it done.
They tried to go to the slant, and they had the fade if they wanted it, and he got it in a match. Watch him. He's right here at the top of the screen. He's going to run a quick slant, and Winston makes a better break on it than he does. Playing the inside, he broke on it. Yeah, that's a nice play by Winston. I think he got the fade all day long there. Now you got the over the top if he plays underneath, or the throw behind if he plays over the top. That you only had one opportunity, and that was the slant. And Winston Rose read it like an open book.
They'll try it again. 2nd and goal from the Edmonton 4. And now timeout has been called. Wow. Is that the crowd at IG Field?
This is Gino doing his thing. This is what he does. Big plays.
Timeout was called by Edmonton.
Yeah.
Edmonton is out of...
Little double move here over Parker, and then just down the seam, catching Winston Rose looking in the backfield. Now they're knocking on the door. I think they had a touchdown. They go back to him a 3rd time on the fade. Now they got him matched up out here against Rose. No, now he's number 2 receiver. See if they switch release up top of your screen. See Gino Lewis in the slot. LeBlanc as Z receiver. See if he looks up that way.
From the Bomber 4, Ford in trouble. Can he get away? No, taken down. Evan Holm is there. 2nd sack of the season. 5th of the night for the Bombers defense.
Yeah, I talk a lot about Evan Holm because I like him. I just like him a lot. I think he's a tremendous football player. He's right here, unabated to the quarterback, and he's not going to miss this. Wow, he had a full head of steam. It's a heck of a job getting 2 in the open field like that. That's an incredible play.
Edmonton is going to leave the offense out there and go for it. 3rd and goal from the Winnipeg 18. Wow. Ford's got to have it all. 4 options out to his right. Has a little bit of time. Now pressure to the end zone. No, incomplete. Looking for Alexander, but Dietrich Nichols was all over him. Turnover on downs. Trey Ford looking to the end zone for Alexander. He went up, missed it, but Nichols was there in coverage.
Actually have something new in common. Both are recent first-time dads, and their respective daughters were born either just before or on Bombers game days on the road. 2 Fridays ago, Neufeld's daughter Hallie was born the morning of the Bombers-Lions game, and later that night, as the game was heading into overtime, Neufeld was pacing nervously. He was stressed out in the hospital room, so much so that his partner Paula had to tell the nurses it's okay, he plays for the Bombers. And so once that game was in the books, Neufeld embarked on his bye week filled with joy over the birth of his new daughter and getting getting accustomed to this new bundle of joy, guys.
Getting accustomed to lack of sleep, too. I guarantee you that. Yeah, I was walking in the mezzanine here, and who do I see but Paula, Pat's significant other and the mother of Haley, and Haley's just beautiful as the day is long, man. She's a gorgeous little girl and happy for the new Fed family. And this is what happens in an organization that gets it. They allow people,
family first, man.
integral people to go do life. You know, football's not everything.
I just have a hard time seeing Patty curled up in that horrible little side couch they have in a room with the mother and the daughter.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Right? Imagine that guy.
Hey, but really nice to meet Paula in the hall there and see little Hallie just as healthy and beautiful as ever. And congratulations, Patrick. I know that's huge, man. Good luck with that. Little girls are something else.
Illegal block, ends to the face, Winnipeg number 65. This is a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay second down.
Back it up here. Playing on one of his fellow offensive linemen. Hands to the face. Can you argue that one?
Yeah, I got a helmet too. Does that count for anything?
I didn't do anything.
Nope. He was pushing me all the way back there. I had to do something. Yeah, guys, just balling, man. Everything's on tape. Everything they do is going to be dissected tomorrow. You don't want to be involved on the losing end of those plays.
2nd and 18. They'll get it to McCray, and he is tackled immediately by Niles Morgan. Niles Morgan, well over 100 tackles now on the season.
Yeah, Patty just getting involved here, you know, understanding that he's got to do his thing. Archambault goes on the inside, shuts him down.
Next season on road trips, he'll be looking for that sleep.
Right? We're talking about that today.
We're talking about it today.
Yeah.
Get on the road when you have kids and you get your sleep.
Oh, yeah, man. Kathy and I were relentless with our Edmonton teammates. You know, they were trying to get some sleep, got to take the babysitter home. And Kathy and I, no, come on, man. Stay for one more. Let's go. No, they had to go. We learned. We had 3. And, yeah.
This ball gets past Cobb. He's got to run back and grab it just inside the 40.
Go, though.
Turns it upfield. Upended. Zume with the play. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in full control. How many times have we said that this season? The party is on at IG Field as they lead Edmonton 45-25. Elks season almost over. Bombers fans probably thinking they're just getting started.
Teaching him young. That's why that
deep burn.
Banjo Bowl in that series is so incredible.
That's a deep burn. Safe to say the entire province of Saskatchewan hates that little kid right now.
That's Bo. That's a nice play coming across the field there by Nick Howlett. Getting a little PT and back end. We've seen him there before in Bomber uniform. Does it well. Winston Rose acknowledging the play.
Leads the team in special teams tackles.
Yeah, he does. I mean, unselfishness, right? Permeates when it starts from the top.
Trey Ford, 9 of 16 for 223 yards. The majority of that into the hands of Gino Lewis. This one up for grabs, in and out of the hands of Manny Arsenault.
That's Nick Howlett jarring that ball loose one more time. 2 good plays back to back.
Just 2 carries tonight for Trey Ford for 14 yards. And we'll see this one knocked loose one more time. How do you balance that if you're Trey Ford? You're really good at running the ball, but at the same time you want to be, want to be a passer. So how do you find the best of both worlds, I guess?
Well, the more you do it, the more you see it, the quicker you go through your reads and everything slows down. Right now, the game's still going fairly fast for Trey unless he's just executing a simple play call. There, he was trying to read it out, and he didn't do a very good job there. His receivers didn't help him out, but I can tell you this kid's season has been phenomenal. His rushing has got everybody's eye and creates a lot of fun for folks, most by a Canadian quarterback. That's pretty impressive right there.
I don't think it's crazy to say that there could be a 1,000-yard rushing season
for him.
Somewhere for him.
No question.
Along the
I've
way,
seen David do it. I've seen Tracy do it a couple times. Yeah, that's doable.
That comes natural to him.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But the more times he sees it, the slower the game will be. and he'll be able to execute, go through his reads, the ball come out faster, and he'll be able to kind of master the position. Right now, he's just executing a few plays, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes it's one play, it's like a double move, I'm throwing to that guy. Or I'm going to point fake and get the edge and throw it deep to shallow. Very simple stuff, but it'll become more and more complicated the more times he sees it, but it'll slow down for him. The ball will be coming out quick. Trey Ford is an exceptional talent. I think Taylor Cornelius has got a future in this league too. And I also think that the kid behind him, yeah, he's going to be special. I think he sees the field extremely well. And I've said this before about a lot of the young quarterbacks we've seen this season. There's a big upside to the CFL. We've seen a lot of talent in the CFL quarterbacks, and I like what I see across the board. That guy had a tough go, and he went out with Stephen McAdoo when they made a change.
Yeah, never got a look with Jarius Jackson at OC, right? So
I don't know if he ever will, but I think he's got a place in the CFL.
First down for Augustine. Would you say that Edmonton, as they wrap their season here tonight, and it's depending on who you talk to, kind of figure out where the vibe is on this team.
Yeah.
But would you, they've got foundational pieces in place, right? With Trey Ford at quarterback, they've got a good receiving crew. They've got a running back who's second in the league in yards. They've got a middle linebacker in Niles Morgan who had 100 tackles.
Tony Jones, we talked about him. I think he has some DBs back there that can play as well.
Around, obviously.
I think that they've made progress.
Started 0-9, have been pretty good since then. So unfortunately, it looks like they're going to end the season on a 4-game losing streak. Ed Gainey slow to get up here.
Yeah, you know, you talk about Jake Cerez and AC Leonard. You know, you talk about Kai Gray. You know, I think there's some pieces there that they can absolutely work with. And it starts at the top. Rick Lalisher is a guy that settled down that organization already.
He's got an interim tag. I asked him how long is that going to last for?
Yeah.
And really nobody knows. I mean, he's come out of retirement 3 times already.
But what he's given that organization, he's given them some stability already in a short period of time, just with his presence and acknowledgement of certain roles and positions within the organization and making people feel like they belong and are involved. And to me, that goes a long way for the Edmonton Elk organization, getting it back to what it used to be.
It was John Liu who said earlier when he had that little conversation about Trey Ford and the hope within the organization that some of these guys do provide moving forward. Chris Jones, it has not been great for Chris Jones since he came back.
A couple of 4-14 seasons, it's not good enough. And made a lot of changes. Those changes he implemented just hasn't worked out.
It's a change that he might have waited too long on, though, that cost him a chance at a playoff spot.
That was the circumstantial thing. I think it was circumstances, and because Trey was taking care of Trey at one point, and new family, you know, and tending to the business side of football, and got outplayed during training camp. And Coach Jones's words to me said Taylor Cornelius was spinning the ball like an all-pro. It wasn't even close. And that's why it took a little longer to get to Trey Ford, because he had to work back into that lineup. And because it was Dagey and Cornelius, they were spinning it so well. And then Trey Ford finally got an opportunity and then never looked back. And I think Jarius Jackson has been a welcome addition, calling plays and directing those quarterbacks as he did it himself. He's been doing it now for 13 years.
Edmonton will get the ball on offense one more time. Here's Ford. Down the field for Kyron Moore. And he's popped from behind, but he manages to hang on. Now, what about for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers? One more game on the sched.
Yeah, you're calling that one too, aren't you?
I'm going to be there next week for that one, yes.
Yeah. I like what I saw in Calgary. I think that's the blueprint to moving forward and having success in the playoffs is pound it. Take care of the football.
Kyron Moore will get a few yards, taken down heavily at the 45. So now you're Winnipeg. You want to get through next week healthy. And then you sit there and wait to see who's going to be rolling into IG Field for a big one in a few weeks.
Yeah, because Calgary's got to go to BC. Winner of that one come out here, and there'll be 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Well, there could be 2 feet of snow now. So we've been lucky with the weather so far here during the regular season, at least in Winnipeg. yeah, that could be very much a different game. Here's Ford down the field looking for Lewis, and he will fall there. One more play in this ball game, and if you're talking about sending a message, Calgary in Vancouver last night doing just that as they get set for another game in a few weeks.
That's exactly what that was. Dave Dixon's got his club job set, and those guys went out there and said, yeah, we'll see in a couple weeks. And I think that's going to leave a big imprint on the BC Lions. And they'll say otherwise, but they learned a lot from it, and better now than later for that organization.
Trey Ford, final play of the season for Edmonton, as a completion to Lewis. And maybe a sign of things to come for the Elks in the future, as their season will end with just 4 wins. The Bombers in playoff mode here, you think? You like them tonight?
They took care of business like the champions do. And, you know, they're not the reigning champions, but they're a powerhouse out here in the West. And 70 points on the board, an entertaining game. Saw a lot of talented players out there, some of them playing for jobs, some of them just trying not to get hurt. But at the end of the day, you saw a good football game that showcased a lot of what the CFL has to offer, and that's exceptional talent. I really enjoyed it, Dustin, and best of luck next week. And